Listen, bases loaded, bottom of the ninth. I want to talk about survival. And you guys have to understand we are on a generational run. And the fact that we are on a generational run, I want you guys to understand if you decide to get serious about women, you will never waste their time. And I'm going to say this again. I heard a woman say today, she said that if a woman is in an establishment and no man approaches her in 2 minutes, these guys are not serious. They are just all about a TED Talk. I agree. You guys have to understand when it comes to women, in general, me, I don't go out, so I don't have to do this. But if I go out, listen, I done seen women at the bar. What are you ladies drinking? Boom, boom, take care, boom, left the bar. I'm out. It's just two women sitting down at the bar. You guys have to read the room. If you see beautiful women just sitting down, just read the room. Boom, get them some drinks, let them enjoy their life. Listen, we have to treat women good. We could change the generational curse if we actually start focusing on being serious with women. And for a man, if you're not established, you will love women so much that you will stay away from them because you know that you're not coming with anything but drama. Listen, as a man, unless you want to go to acting school, there is no reason, unless you want to go to art school, there is no reason that you should bring drama around a woman. I met one of the most beautiful women today in my apartment complex. When I decided to break my lease, this woman was strong. And she said, listen, I have to be a wolf because I have a daughter. She admitted that, but I'm just saying, like, she doesn't really speak Spanish, but she could hold her own. Not only that, it's just like she's beautiful. She looks good in Fashion Nova, and she has 2 kids and a man left. And we have to stop this. I'm rooting for her that she does good in life. She has a great attitude, beautiful teeth, just beautiful in general. Like, the woman is just naturally beautiful, but a lot of guys are messing with these women and they're not serious about them. So we live in a world where we have to pay for other people's sins that we don't know about. And I'm gonna say this again, a lot of guys are just going around wolves, wanting to be alpha males and then just knock these women up, take off, procreate and skate, and then other men have to deal with these issues. Now, earlier, a woman called me a boy. If a woman ever calls me a boy, I can't take it serious because I know it was another guy that did something to her, and that's why I have to pay for his sins. I don't take disrespect. I blocked her, but why would a woman call somebody like Mr. Keep It Simple a boy? I tell men to make the transition from boys to men. Grow up. Once you grow up, you realize dating without making over $700,000 is almost borderline dangerous. People don't want to talk about this because what happens is people don't want to step their game up. But when it comes to a woman, I feel in America, in order to have a somewhat decent relationship, you need to be making at least $700,000 if you love to travel. A lot of guys call me a simp. No, I'm just the type of guy that's not gonna take money from a woman. Now, I'm gonna tell you a story. I was in North Scottsdale. I didn't need a refill. A lady, she's from San Diego. She has 2 houses, one in Scottsdale, one in San Diego. She offered to pay for my refill. At the end of the day, listen, I allowed it, but I didn't need a refill. But hey, I feel like I'm just a cool person. So some people connect with me. They might not be able to read me, understand me, but at the end of the day, it was only 60 cents. And I didn't need the refill, but she pulled out a 20 and she went all the way for me. So if she went all the way for me, I'm not going to stop it. But I could have said, no, this is not a refill. I was eating a lot of food. No, she paid for a 60-cent refill that never existed. Now that's different. But when it's all said and done, sometimes as men, we do need money. When I was in Barcelona, budget was tight at the time. We not in a trap anymore. Women did pay for my meal. South Korea, women did pay for my meal, but that was in a time of need. This is why I want to talk about the time of need versus being serious and not putting yourself in the time of need. Now, when I first went to Barcelona, we doing professional photography. We kicking off the campaign. The campaign didn't start 5 years ago. The campaign started 10 years ago. And that's what people don't understand. They think everything happens overnight. No, these are people that are not thinking long term. Nothing happens overnight. So in the beginning, did I receive free food from women? Yes, but they could probably sense this man needed a blessing. Sometimes in life, you got to drop your pride. Shout out to all the women that fed men, helped men, clothed men, protected men financially in times of need. Listen, I was there. But one thing about me is now I earned the lion's head. So I'm not going to act like women didn't help on the come up. But my main thing is it wasn't that many times. But for those times, listen, no, I always took care of women. That's why I guess the times women take care of me, it kind of is reciprocated because I do take care of women the majority of my life. My first woman, I promise you, I got in trouble. I drove her from Harford County to New York for her birthday, bought her some diamond earrings, got it on my credit card on her birthday. And guess what? I got caught going through Easy Pass. Yeah, so if it wasn't for running the Easy Pass, at the end of the day, I would have never got caught. Linked up with my aunt. I took a woman on a ferry. I'm 18 doing this. I'm driving from Maryland to New York City. I ain't never been to New York City. You know, it's an adventure. With that being said, yeah, I took a woman to New York City for a birthday. Not only that, I always bought flowers, rose petals. I'll never forget one time, listen, God really looked out for me. I had a hotel. I was 18. You're not even supposed to get hotels when you're 18. I was in White Marsh, Baltimore City. I can't disclose the hotel because I don't want... I mean, they really looked out, but when it's all said and done, I had a 5-star hotel at 18, rose petals, 18. You guys have to understand, like, I've been treating women good, I would say, for probably over more than 2 decades. I'm talking about, I got guys, middle school, yo, here's some chocolate chip cookies for my woman. 13, we running plays for the woman at 13, writing love letters at 13, even breakups at 13. Stick figures with a FUBU jersey. Wish you the best. P.S. at 13. You guys have to understand, I've been taking care of women for more than almost 2 decades. And I'm not going to stop because every woman is not disrespectful. And I want to talk about that. When I was in North Scottsdale, it had a dude. My man literally had off-white pool shorts on. You know what I mean? Getting to it. But his woman had a potty mouth. I'm talking about a potty mouth. Orbit's dirty mouth, just cursing like a sailor. These are not the women that you want to be around. Any woman that's cursing like a sailor, twerking like a sailor, drunk like a sailor, these are not the women that you want to be around. Not being judgmental, but when it's all said and done, you want to be around women that want to be treated good. Some people in life, they've been abused so many times that they don't even know what being treated good feels like. And I'm going to say this again. A lot of women, they've been treated bad their whole entire lives to the point they don't even know what it's like to be treated good. So if you see a woman doesn't want to be treated good, let another wolf devour her. Let somebody else do that. You don't get involved with what women want. Some women believe the only way to love a man is to get in a fight with him. Some people really grew up on top-notch levels of abuse. Some people grow up on top-notch levels of touching. You don't know what people been through. That's why I really think it's important as a man, always ask a woman, how was your childhood? How did the men in your life treat you? Did the men in your life treat you good? If a woman said, oh, the men in my life treat me awesome, these are the women that you want to talk to. If a woman said, oh, no, the men in my life, they treat me like do. These are the women that you run from. Listen, we don't have time to waste. Life is simple. Ask questions. A lot of people don't ask questions, and this is why they are not successful. Ask as many questions. Listen, when it's all said and done, if you're really interested, woman, what? Open up like a book. They will literally open up like a book. Chapter 14, chapter 33. If a woman is actually interested in you, she can't stop talking. She will tell you her whole life autobiography on a first date if you treat her right. This is why you want to treat women right. A lot of these guys be laughing, but when you really treat women right, they will tell you how they felt like they were unattractive at 5. Like they will go back in the archives. So my main thing is, as a man, let's be serious, man. If we are not going to treat women right, what are we doing with them? We don't got no time for no aggressive cheaters hopping out of bushes. Nah, these women would get stiff on them. Back up, go that away. No feeding the birds, public property. You guys have to understand, we're not worried about the sexy reds of the world. We are not worried about the Sukihanas of the world. We are not worried about the Glorillas of the world. Let them fight their hardest to extort people that are down and out. That's all they do. They entertain people down and out. Listen, I'm staying away from that. Let's just really lock in and treat women good. Because see, when you ask a woman, how did the men in her life treat her? If she said, man, my dad treated me like an angel, my brother protected me, all the guys, even if she made out with a guy, at least he did X, Y, and Z. These are the type of women that we focus on. See, a lot of people spend time focusing on what they don't want. This is why a lot of people are not successful, because they spend more time focusing on what they don't want as opposed to what they want. As a man, you need to stay focused on what you want. I will say, take your time to get to know a woman. And shout out to all the Latinos that really out here, businesses really get into it. They got maids, they got chef. Their women are just looking good, going to the gym. Listen, we can learn from Italians how to talk with our hands like people from Italy, Argentina. But one thing I learned about guys from the Latino culture that was really like born into money, I mean, it is what it is. We can learn from everybody. Their women are taken care of, chauffeurs, shopping. I mean, all they got to do is go to the gym and just look like, she represents the family, which is easy to do. But a lot of women that say, I ain't going to the gym, I ain't working out, I'm eating whatever. These women don't want a man. They just want vitamin D. And that's why you guys have to understand, women that want something long-term, they're going to actually put in the work. The body represents more than just a temple. It represents a woman cares about her man and she want to make sure that she look good for her man. A lot of these women that you see walking around, you guys have to understand they can care less about you. And I'm going to say this again, they can care less about you. Now, this might not be the case for all, but what I'm saying is, as a man, get what you want and be serious about what you want. Because if you're serious about what you want, what happens is you're going to actually take your time to get to know her. The biggest mistake that guys make with women is they don't have time. They're only thinking with their lower head. If you don't have time, there is no reason on exchanging numbers with the woman. You need time. Time is the most valuable asset that you have with the woman. Time. If you could free up her time, and if you a boss and you have free time, you could travel the world. You could travel the world with the woman. I don't care what nobody says. You cannot convince me that the majority of women do not like to travel. Bruh, Turks and Caicos, Jamaica, high season, Aruba, Bermuda, you feel me? Like Jamaica, Antigua, St. Lucia. The most beautiful islands, Cuba, DR, Colombia, Mas. Go to Europe, Italy, the Amalfi Coast. We're talking about Nice, Monaco. Cape Town, South Africa, Ethiopia, Kenya. The list go on and on. So women like to travel. That's why I tell all you guys out there, I'm telling you, if you don't have money and you don't want to be a millionaire, just go ahead and work for the airlines. Because if you work for the airlines, guess what? You got 5 kids and 5 kids had the opportunity to travel. If you got 5 kids and you got a woman, that's 7 airplane tickets. Most people cannot afford 7 airplane tickets. They don't want to talk about it, but I'm here to talk about it. I got time today. As a man, you got to figure out what's the best possible move for you. Forget the game of chess. And I'm going to say this again, forget the game of chess. Some people playing chess, but they're not even playing checkers. And I'm going to say this again, some people think they playing chess, but they're not even playing checkers. Just make your next move the best move. Stay focused on your life, no competition, no manipulation. And when it comes to a woman, get to know her. Get to see how she was treated. And if she wasn't treated good, chances are that's not the woman that you want to talk to. Do you have an opportunity to turn around? Yes. But at the end of the day, that's like taking in a tiger in your mansion. Do you really want a tiger from the wild walking around a mansion? Mike Tyson did that and then knocked his tooth out. So with that being said, we could learn from Mike Tyson. I don't think it's wise to bring a tiger into your life. You guys have to understand, a lot of you guys are inviting tigers because you spend more time focusing on the woman you don't want and the woman you don't like, as opposed to the woman you do want and you do like. I'm here to tell you, it's game over. Game over. One shot kill. Focus on the woman that you like. Focus on the woman that you love, because if you focus on those women, you're going to ensure that you got to do what you got to do. And when you ensure you got to do what you got to do, when that woman finally say, listen, he actually checks out. He's actually in shape. He's actually a man of God. He's actually a righteous man. This might be my future husband. Bam. Then you like, baby, look at my portfolio. We lit. She like, let's travel the world. Yeah. You guys have to understand, this is a beautiful movie. All you got to do is treat your woman right. Don't cheat. Be serious with her. And when it's all said and done, you got to hold it down for the family. You got to be a lion for your family. At the end of the day, you got to hunt. Me personally, I will wait. I will be fully established before. But to all you guys out there that if you have something now, triple salute, but go out there and hunt every day for your family. And if you got a row, do what you got to do. Let it breathe.